Greetings, beloveds. This is Amy Caryn Johnson, the Earth Channel, and I have another poem for you today. Everyone is looking for that silver bullet, and science all too gladly heeds the call. Yet just as a hammer makes nails ubiquitous, so too do probes appear to be all, when really it's worse than a knife at a gunfight. It's like an A-bomb in a rainforest. Isolating drops in dishes negates rainbows, and vacuums and dichotomies ring falsest. What studies there are on love and expectation show by far the most promise. Whilst progress chases the mighty dollar, Mother Earth supplies me with my own special bliss. In case it's not abundantly clear, I've been contemplating science and its limitations in particular lately. I believe in science and that true science studies all kinds of things and is not afraid to be disproven on any hypothesis. But we're fooling ourselves if we believe that science and scientists are not every bit as subject as the rest of us to desires and attachments and biases, basically. Science in a lot of ways has been turned to as a religion recently, and I understand why. People hope that science will cause people to treat people more fairly because they see science as being above beliefs in the ways that people were raised and wiping all that clean and leaving just the facts that we are all people with equal value, and it doesn't matter, what color our skin is, what gender we are, none of that. I think that's what people who treat science as religion hold as the great thing that science can achieve. But it isn't always so. And when scientists and other people who invest in science are blinded by the shining light of profits, then that science can become skewed and the truth may not be found. Not to mention the fact that life itself is never in a vacuum. Not really. I mean, there's so many different combinations and permutations of life that you can't prove something true or false so easily. There are so many different ways that life can be and life can flourish and thrive that if you really are looking at it with clear eyes, then you must accept that life is varied. That's the best way to say it. It's diverse. And each life probably needs something different. And if we had to choose, if we really saw those choices of life being so varied and diverse versus life being very monotonous, I think we would choose the diversity. It's only when we come up against judgment that we feel we have no power over that we wish for other people to be more similar to us. So I'm going to keep my talking bit short today. I'll just remind you, usually I have been speaking about astrology and recently a bit about relationships. And I think Gaia might have something to share with us that ties those together as well. But one other way that science keeps us from seeing the whole truth is by keeping us in our heads and causing us to forget our feelings, and especially all the different feelings that happen in our bodies, the rest of our bodies, besides just our heads. So beyond happiness, beyond overcoming fear, which I know people are always striving towards happiness and away from fear, I invite you to consider the value and the great feelings that go along with wholeness, and the wholeness that comes with accepting all our different feelings and truly feeling them. They're there for a reason. They're giving us a message that we need to hear. And so only by truly feeling them, paying attention to them, seeing them, sitting with them, can we receive that message. So I'll invite you to join me in closing your eyes, clear out our chakras, including our throat chakras, and connect with Gaia. A few deep breaths. I invite you to feel the sun coming down into your crown, down through your third eye, through your throat chakra, through your heart, your solar plexus, sacral, and root, down through your feet and down into Mother Earth. And I invite you to feel that power coming back up from the core of Mother Earth, through into your feet, up through your root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And feel the love that comes from both the sun and Mother Earth, Solaris and Gaia. Feel it circulating throughout your whole body. And appreciate all the feelings that you feel throughout your whole body. My dog Newt is reminding me of one of the many expressions of Gaia, Mother Earth, nature, and that is one of playfulness. I've been waiting and waiting tonight for him to settle down, and finally just decided to dive in. He's not quite settled down yet. So Gaia wants me to share that by feeling our feelings, accepting them, holding them, not only do we receive the messages that they have for us, which are valuable, highly valuable, but we do become a more whole person through that process. And ideally, it makes us better in relationships when two whole people come together. It's not that one person can't help another to become whole, but in the end, all work must be done by oneself in that realm. And the danger, the trickiness, the difficulty there, if only one person is really whole, is that the person who is not whole thinks that there must be some shortcut, some way that that whole person can just bestow wholeness upon them. And if that doesn't happen, when that doesn't happen, they can be blamed. And it's not that there isn't enough difficulty, enough differences as it is when two people who are both whole come together. But at least if they're whole, they will know how to give themselves what they need. And only then can they teach the other person how to also help give them what they need and to share in those things together so that everything is fully reciprocated. Oh. So right now I am grateful for the blessing of playfulness from this sweet dog that Gaia has helped me to enjoy. Our relationship is an interesting one sometimes. And it helps a lot when we can laugh at ourselves. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, beloveds.